every single day at 7:30 p.m. You can watch Jeopardy right here on 22 News. But right now we're looking at the students from Granite Valley Middle School in Munson. They got the chance of a lifetime to play the game of Jeopardy with Jeopardy Clue Crew member Jimmy McGuire.
And good morning. I am Laura Murray.
Filling in for Ashley Cole. And I am Seth Subban. But now we had Jimmy McGuire earlier. You saw him in the field. Now he's right here in Studio 1A. And we're chatting with him. Jimmy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for being with us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
I know every single thing about the Clue Crew because I've been watching Jeopardy for a long, long time. But for everybody out there who doesn't know, what is the Clue Crew?
Well, we are now a traveling correspondent team of 3 people, myself, Sarah, and Kelly. We've been on the show, at least 2 of us now, for 12 years. Kelly's been with us for 8 years. We're traveling all around the world, all around the country, bringing a whole new dimension to clue giving. And that's just one part of our job. As you mentioned this morning, I was out in Munson and had the chance to be with Mrs. Dart's 7th grade math class. And we played Classroom Jeopardy. This is a brand new game that the teachers can bring right into their classroom. You know, for years, teachers have been using the Jeopardy format to motivate their students. But of course, there's homemade materials and time involved, but now it's all an electronic game. And what makes it great is that teachers can create their own games. And that's what we did.
All right, and so that's what brings you to town.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I literally just left their class, and then I'm heading out to Boston, and we're going to do the same thing out at a school in the area there.
That's not a bad job you have going on. You do some
That's
middle
what I
school
was
work, right?
thinking.
Is that nice or what?
Playing games sounds like a lot of fun to me.
Well, we're not making risotto.
Oh, well, that's true. We're going to make
We'll be
some
doing that
risotto
later, I understand.
So you've been all over the world. What are some of the favorite places you visited?
Well, you know what? For me, international travel's probably been the best part of the job. I mean, you don't really get that opportunity to leave the United States, you know, normally.
Very often, yeah.
But as a team, we've now collectively been to at least 40 countries, over 300 cities, as you can see.
Look, there you
Machu Picchu
are.
is one of my favorite places. Israel was certainly an experience. Alex actually joined us for that trip. But even most recently, Southeast Asia, in Singapore.
What's he like? What's Alex like?
You know what? Alex has been doing the show now for 30 years. And I
Quite the
grew up
gig.
watching the show. So for us, it was just such a neat experience when we were introduced to him. It was like almost like an arranged marriage. And there he was, and I couldn't believe it. And when we first met him, he had just shaved the mustache. So it was a little bit awkward at first, but
The mustache.
people still ask him about it. And it's like he shaved it yesterday, but it's been 12 years since he's shaved the mustache.
He's been mustache-free
People
for
still
12
remember
years.
it.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Will Ferrell, when he would do the
Celebrity
spoofs,
Jeopardy, yeah.
he would do it with the mustache. So go figure.
Now he has to take it off. All these years later, you've been to all these places. What are some of your favorite clues or memorable moments? Because I bet you could write a book.
Well, you know what? For me, I'm a big sports fan, and I grew up in the Pittsburgh area and had the chance to do clues with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, I mean, certainly there are big clue shoots. We've been to New York many times. We went to the Metropolitan Opera, which was pretty cool. But most recently, we were in Vietnam, in Singapore. So, there's really not a bad place wherever we go. It's almost like asking a person to pick your favorite color of the rainbow. So, no matter where we go, I usually try to make the best of it, and it's almost like grad school. Wherever we go, there's always something to take back and learn from.
Right. And I have to ask you.
Sure.
We were talking about it earlier. Do you ever get sick of hearing that song?
No, not at all.
It's a great song.
If the song is on, that means the show is on, and if the show is on, that means we're working. And
And you love your job.
I really do. I mean, I have a chance to work, as I mentioned, with Kelly and Sarah, and we're good friends. We get along, and I couldn't ask for anything better.
Now, the show's been going on for so long. What do you hope for the future of the show? What do you hope for your position, that matter, for the future of the show?
Well, to tell you the truth, I hope Alex stays on forever. I mean, you know, he's been with the show for 30 years, and for me, who's someone who always wanted to have a career in television, to actually work alongside of him and to literally learn every time I go in the studio, it's pretty cool. I think Jeopardy will go on as long as the people want it to be on. You know, it's something that we're very proud of. We're never embarrassed about, you know, the things that we do. And it's reliable but unpredictable. So
Exactly. You never, and it's one of those things that transcends generations, but it's something that whole families can do. I was saying to you earlier, you know, my grandmother and my mother and I watched it, and you never know who's going to get what question right next. Kids can answer the questions. Grandparents can answer the questions. It's a family game, and it brings everyone together.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one thing if you get a question right, a clue right, you feel great about yourself. But even if you get one wrong, hey, you're learning something.
Exactly. So going forward, can you give us any spoilers? I know, because I would assume that you film a little bit far in advance because you have to go to places like Singapore and all those.
Well, I can tell you this. Next year is our big anniversary. It's going to be 30 years with Alex Trebek. And,
Congratulations
thank
to
you.
that.
And there are some big surprises for next year, so make sure that you tune in. Also, we're big Facebook people, so I'd like to encourage your viewers to like us on Facebook.
Like 'em on Facebook.
We always post some of our behind-the-scenes pictures, some of our fun. We'll talk about our appearance here today. I'll talk about Granite Middle School. And we'd love to have you as one of our friends. So please do that.
Exactly. Everybody get on
He's
Facebook
asking
right now.
nicely but assertively.
He's being very polite and assertive. Thank you so much. I feel like I know you before I even met you today. We've grown up together, so it's
a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Hey, keep watching.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
we
maybe we'll see you
will.
again sometime.
You bet.
So Jeopardy, you know this. It airs weeknights, 7:30 p.m. on 22 News. Watch tonight. You just might see this guy right here. Jeopardy clue, a member, Jimmy McGuire.